Hey there, students! Today we are going to explore an interesting short story, The Fun They Had, written by Isaac Asimov. Trust me, this one is going to make you think about how lucky we are to have real schools, real teachers, and friends to study with. But before we begin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such amazing content. All right, let's dive into it. This story is set in the future, in the year 2157. Can you imagine a world where schools, as we know them today, don't exist? No blackboards, no teachers, no friends in class? Sounds strange, right? Well, this is exactly what happens in this futuristic world. The story revolves around two children, Margie and Tommy, who live in an era where all education happens at home through mechanical teachers, robots that teach and test them. One day, Tommy finds a real printed book. Yes, an actual paper book, not a screen. And this discovery leads them to question their own education system. Now, here's where the fun begins. Tommy, a 13-year-old boy, finds an old dusty book in his attic. This book is quite different from what they are used to. In their world, all books are telebooks displayed on screens, and once you finish reading, the text disappears. But this book has permanent words printed on paper. Margie, an 11-year-old girl, is super curious about this book. She has never seen a real book before. She asks Tommy what it is about, and he tells her that it's about schools from the past, the ones that had human teachers and students sitting together in classrooms. Can you imagine her surprise? Unlike Tommy, Margie hates her school. But hey, don't we all have days when we just don't want to study? Her teacher is a mechanical robot that appears on a screen at a fixed time every day. It gives her lessons, assigns homework, and even checks her tests instantly. But the worst part? It teaches everything at a set pace, whether Margie understands it or not. And guess what? Margie's mechanical teacher recently gave her a test in geography, and her scores were terrible. So her mother called a technician to check the robot teacher. The technician found that the teaching speed was too fast for Margie, so he slowed it down. But all this just made Margie more frustrated with school. She wishes she could have studied in the olden days, just like in the book Tommy found. As Tommy reads more from the book, Margie learns about schools from the 20th and 21st centuries. Back then, kids used to go to real buildings, where they had human teachers who explained lessons, answered doubts, and even cracked jokes sometimes. But the most exciting part? Students studied together. They sat in classrooms, interacted with each other, and played during breaks. It wasn't just about learning, it was also about making friends and having fun. This idea fascinates Margie. She can't believe that schools could have been so much fun. She starts thinking about how wonderful it would have been to learn with other kids instead of sitting alone with a machine every day. As Tommy closes the book and prepares to leave, Margie sits back and starts thinking. Her mechanical teacher is waiting for her. The screen lights up, showing today's lesson in fractions. But Margie isn't excited. Her mind is still stuck in the past, imagining how wonderful school must have been. And then comes the most powerful moment in the story. Margie realizes that the kids in the past must have truly enjoyed school. She understands that education was not just about learning. It was about having fun, making friends, and sharing experiences. And with that thought, she unwillingly starts her lesson with the robot teacher. But deep inside, she wishes she could have experienced the schools of the past. So what does Isaac Asimov want to tell us through this story? First, technology is great, but human interaction is equally important. Machines can teach, but only human teachers can understand emotions, doubts, and curiosity. Second, studying with friends makes learning more enjoyable. Imagine a world where you never met your school friends. That would be boring, right? Third, the real fun in learning comes from discussions, laughter, and teamwork, things that machines cannot provide. So the next time you feel tired of school, just remember Margie. She would do anything to be in your place. Maybe school isn't that bad after all. That's all for today's session. I hope you enjoyed this summary of The Fun They Had. Before we wrap up, here's a quick question for you. Would you prefer studying with a robot teacher at home or going to a real school? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, Share it with your friends so they can learn too. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing summaries and explanations. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.